When it all boils down, there is just one human race. We are all one human race. And the more we can connect, whether it's through pen pals or through bringing our cultures together, through whatever it is that we can do to connect ourselves with other lifestyles, with other communities, with other cultures, the more we shrink our world as far as the distances we place between ourselves. And I think those are man-made distances. We place those distances. And if we can shrink those, then I think we shrink a lot of the problems the world has. And I think that's something that we need to do more of. We need to bring our cultures together and start making more connections.
I believe that when you have traveled abroad, you come back with a greater sense of self. You come back with a greater gratitude for what you have and a greater gratitude for the freedoms, the opportunities that your home country offers you. And I believe that you feel a greater sense of connection to your people. And this is going to be my first trip traveling abroad, but many people have told me something similar to that they do come back different. And so when you have a greater sense of connection to your community, it can only you to be more involved in it, to grow more towards other people, and to find more ways to engage and interact with people around you in your communities and do more than you have done in the past.
By taking the things that we learn while we are there and our feelings, and this is going to be very important to always connect to our feelings and the feelings of the people around us, and notice and really pay attention while we're there, really stay present. And one of the ways I do that is by using mindfulness and meditation. So I'm hoping to introduce some of those modalities to a group that may never have been exposed to the idea of meditation, and allowing them to sit with their dreams. And the more that they sit with their dreams, we're allowing ourselves to sit with our vision and our dream of a better future. You might aspire to do something new because of this experience. So when we do it with another culture, I think we can take it back to our own communities and do the same thing in our work, in our communities here in America. For me here in Los Angeles, for you all in your community. And so there's a ripple effect that change starts sometimes with one experience or one person, and then it can ripple out as you share. That might inspire someone else to be involved in this project next year. We might see something that works over there and, wow, I want to try that here in Woodland Hills. So we don't know yet, but to be open and stay present, I think is going to be the most important thing to learn.
For example, depending on what language you think about the world in a completely different way, and by being immersed within a society of people who live completely different lives and speak completely different languages, I think there's a lot to be learned there that we can bring back to open our lens of looking at the world.
Yeah, I think this will be really honing our skills in empathy, and that's applicable in any scenario where you're with another human, and it's all about thinking and feeling what others are feeling. So walking a mile in someone else's shoes. So I think, if anything, this trip is just going to be giving us perspective.
I think it's the learning and experience that we're going to do and bringing that back to our communities after. I know that we're closer to each other than we think we are. And I think it's about eliminating the differences and knowing that we're all in this to really be loved and belonged. And how can we do that more and create those connections and meet more people around the world? And so I think with being able to connect, and we talked about possible pen pals and things with that with different schools here, different ideas. My goal is how can we connect the two cultures more together and realize that we are a global economy, not just them and us together.
By going to a foreign country, we'll be able to see different ways of doing things, and we can bring those back here and maybe start implementing them within our own communities, and being able to help our own communities be strong for everyone being able to say their message, just like how we're helping the youth, being able to use what we know from helping the youth in Tanzania and use them in our own communities to help the youth here.
Donate to empower the voices of Tanzanian children.
Donate to globally connect all our voices
Donate to help the voices of Tanzanian youth dream bigger and beyond their circumstances.
Donate to help the teenagers of Tanzania help their communities become stronger today.
Donate to let all the children's voices be heard.
Donate to help youth like me.
Go right now to speakfeedlead.org to our Tanzania 2024 campaign.